All right. Let me see. Can I share it again now? Can you see the document now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you say you have um, some notes already written down on different components.
Um, I I think what we're trying to do is just focus in on how ESE could be a little bit more cushioned in on this. I think
Okay.
that was the outcome look that we were supposed to be working on. But content and delivery, it seems like it can actually feed in a little deeper. If you like scroll up, it tells you what does elementary, no, down, I apologize. There you go. What elementary looks like, what high school, middle school, ESC, pre-K, it tells you all of that
Mm-hmm.
in throughout the document as you go through the document.
And so what you're saying is we need to add another layer just for ESC?
There is ESC, but it's non it was an emergency plan. It's
Yeah.
not conducive for us to monitor for our PT, OT, speech, and various other aspects to that. They have things like Starfall, which is also very good, but it's not something we can use to document any of the goals.
Gotcha.
And if we happen to go down in lockdown again or shut down because of increasing, then we're kind of stuck with not being able to document.
Well,
So,
and so what we probably need to add or look at adding, I know with Access Point, they have their own specialized curriculum that they use online.
yes,
I
sir.
don't remember seeing that listed.
No, it's not. And just to give you a background knowledge on myself, I am an ESE teacher in an Access Point unit. And
Okay.
it was very much left to our decisions on how we wanted to run our room. I'm so blessed that I had a great group that was with me. Like we knew how to use our paras. We had OT, PT, speech, mental health, and behavior. We had that all in there, but it was not in the content of delivery plan for ESC.
Okay.
It was something that we knew we needed to do, and we did it. So we had side forums where when the child got done with our face-to-face instruction, they went behind the scenes to another forum and met with a para and their OTs and whomever they were supposed to get extra services with.
Yeah, we
So
did something very similar prior to my new role when I was principal at Highlands Grove. We did very similar where we had the teacher had time to meet one on one or meet in a
yes,
small group with the teacher with the student, and then our parent did go behind and do follow up lesson with the kids just to reinforce what they were working with the teacher on.
absolutely. And it was very productive because we out of the 15 we were not able to reach 3. So if you look on the aspect of that, it wasn't productive for those 3, but we tried because there's really not a lot of services for the blind when it comes to virtual learning. It was very difficult. But I just looking through this, it's mainly geared a lot towards Gen Ed, and you just adapt for special education.
Okay. So what I'm hearing from you, and I know we just talking, everyone could just add your opinion. So what I want to make sure I'm trying to capture this on notes, that we need to look at adding some of the online programs that correlate to a lot of the IEPs,
Yes, sir.
especially from the access point and the now I'm not aware because I just don't have a lot of students that have any hearing disability or anything. Do they have any specialized program that they use similar to Access Point? You understand what I'm getting at? I know Access
Yes,
Point has its own online curriculum. I want to make sure we are very specific in those different programs. We can
absolutely.
add those different programs to the list. Uh,
Okay.
I'm not
We do.
sure.
We have deaf and hard and hearing at our school, and there is some services, but I'm not quite sure if it's county supported, but it is a service. It is something that the deaf and hard and hearing in our class did use. So
So maybe we need to get some of those information, then we can run it up find out if that's something that's being vetted at particular school, if that's something used county-wide, so we can add that as one of the
yes,
servicing program
yes, sir.
services.
Miss Norma, now to my understanding, you're also in ESC?
No, I'm not. I do family involvement. I'm a paraeducator.
Okay. At Purcell, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because I think, Mr. Hill, we're going to be responsible to, no, Mr. Henry, sorry. We're going to be responsible to, I guess, share on the 8th of our concept and ideas. Is that going to the school board, or is it just going to the team and then the school board?
I believe it's going to the team and then the school board.
Okay, that gives a chance for it to be tweaked a bit.
Yes, yes.
Okay, the ESC embedding, I'll get you that page.
Okay. And let me stop sharing. You can share yours. Okay.
Because I think we're going to zoology, is that correct? Have you heard that?
Yes.
And is our curriculum supported by zoology? So basically Unique Learning's icon will be right there, and then they can just click into there along with all their art and music, and that will be super, super awesome, because we had all our academics on one side of the world, and then the electives sent it to us.
Yeah, it's supposed to more or less centralize everything.
That's very good. I like that. All right.
Yeah, we supposed to. I think everything's supposed to be centralized in one location, so we should be good to go, and it shouldn't have to go back and forth. Because I know that was a pain, because I know a lot of school use Teams, some use Zoom, some use a little bit of everything. So I think having everything centralized is going to make it easy on everybody.
Okay, now those subsidized lesson plans for individuals that have deaf and hard of hearing services and blind services, are we able to, who do we go to get it into that zoology piece? Like, for instance, Boom. Boom is an excellent resource for students to get instant, documentation for other people. So
I
can
think
we
what we
add
need
that?
to do, that's what I was saying, if we could get the name of some of these programs, and then we could go ahead and send it up to the learning committee
Yes,
and
sir.
get it vetted. If it, I think a lot of these programs is some of the just general that everyone use, but if it's some specific program that we see that particular students with disability use, we could go ahead and get those vetted and approved, and then probably get those added to the list.
Okay. I don't know if you could see my assigned screen.
I can see.
This is what they have. BrainPop is very productive, but it's not really productive for your profound unit. So this right here, if you take a look at the way ESC works, its placement, you're higher in bubble kids, but still under access points. This would be considered an okay, but for our unit children, the ones that are in the profound pieces, it didn't leave a lot of knowledge on how to reach them.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I can let you know how we did it, and then maybe Miss our other friend. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at names at first. Everybody's like Bobby and Susie until I get to know people.
Well, what we can do, a lot of these programs, we can run up to Dr. Stanky, because she will probably have more of a global understand how different programs used at different programs.
Okay.
And maybe we could get her to assist with vetting. So what I would suggest, if you can, maybe jot down some of the programs that you know of, and then
Yes,
we can go ahead and get a working list going that we can send up the chain to see if we could get those programs added.
Okay, because as of right now, BrainPop, unless it's an individual license through the school, not everybody's going to have access to that piece.
Yeah.
And you can use it for so much more than those three concepts. Unique Learning has these sub areas as well that was opened up to us completely that it's already in the system of access points and aligned with the core curriculum already, but that was never, it's not touched in this here. So I can put those all jotted down, and then that could be a well that we can all drive out of, you know?
Okay. Sound perfect. All right,
Okay.
Ms. Norman, you have any feedback, anything that you saw in the ICP that, you know, capture your attention?
Not really. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't have too much knowledge on the ESC and the different things that needs to be done for them, for the students.
Okay. Well, I mean, when I looked at the document, I think the biggest thing, like you know, like you say, Randy, earlier, is that, you know, when it was written in an emergency. So I think a lot of those specific programs and specific student, they probably were just trying to make everything pretty universal that could fit. But now that we have time, we can make it work and make sure that we address all our different learners. So one other thing, I would go ahead and you could jot them down and just email it to me, and
Yes,
I
sir.
can make sure I can send that up the chain. Is adding those different programs for a specific program that we could possibly add. Um, and for me, that was the biggest. I mean, I'm along with you. That was the only thing I think we could just even up that part what you're talking about up here, just kind of give more specific direction on how ESE should look in this environment, because with your self-contained as well as your inclusion kids, I think we need to make sure we understand that even with the inclusion student, that those inclusion teachers should, you know, still be reaching out to those students and working in conjunction with the gen ed teacher to make sure they're being supported with their goals.
Now, if you take a look at bullet point number 2, teachers can provide a paper-based lesson plan if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we could do is, I don't know, I may be just speaking out of the left wing here, but what we could do, you know how like when you have sub-plans and you have to turn it into your supervisor, we can do something similar to that. Paper-based materials, turn it into the supervisor and put it under a COVID, you know, saving document. And then that way they have all the paper base up to at least 4 weeks. So maybe we could require each area that has students under access points to be able to have a paper base ready to go in case we're shut down, kind of like what we were done this time.
Well, with access point, a lot of that stuff is so easy because with the curriculum, a lot of that stuff is easily accessible to. I know with my access point teacher, she was able to go right in and pull a lot of the lessons and convert them over quite easily over to a paper base. And so yeah, I mean, I think the only problem with that depends on when it's shut down. You know, you never know where you're going to be at in your curriculum.
As far as unique learning, it just, unless we're following, which we do in our classroom, we follow the maps to match the standards. But in unique learning, every first Monday of the month, you're supposed to be doing this. Every first in math, every second Monday of the month, you're supposed to be doing this. It's very, they provide you a template of your lesson plans of what it's supposed to look like and what you're supposed to pull. So if need be, we would be able to pull some type of paper packet if need be, and then just focus on the whatever strands we're on for the curriculum. And I can pull that together for you because I had to help a few schools during the close down procedure, so it wouldn't be too much.
Okay, so maybe we could maybe write down some procedure for that as well, so we can have that to add to the document. All right, I see we got some chat. I don't know if she can make her mic available.
I'm gonna stop sharing. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. She asked last meeting, I asked if preschool are going to get devices this time. According, from my understanding, preschoolers should be able to get devices. I know we gave our preschooler devices because we had enough devices. But we could definitely add that as something we could add because they do have programs that are utilized by our preschool population as well. So if you want to add that, email that to me so we can. What I'm trying to do is get all this and add all this together so when we send our piece to Dr. Stinky, she can add and look and review and vet these different components. So the preschooler piece, if we want to add that, that's definitely fine. But what we probably need to find out on the same line with our ESC, what particular programs and application they use, so we can make sure that is added to the list as well.
So Miss Diamarie, she's pre-K ESE?
I'm not sure. I don't know if she can make her mic loud.
No, I'm not pre-K ESE. I'm preschool programs. Head Start.
Okay.
Well, then she's a great resource for the pre-K piece
Yeah.
to this outline.
So if you have programs that pre-K use in particular, can you just send those different ones to us? And so we can add those to the list to make sure we can get it vetted and approved.
Okay, the last time what we used, we did our own lessons through Zoom,
Mhm.
and the families that have devices at home, those children connect with us, but
Okay.
the others, we miss them.
Okay.
They just check in for attendance.
Okay. So did y'all not? So y'all didn't use any computer program or software or anything like that? Y'all just did everything through Zoom.
Yes, all our lessons are using Zoom.
All right, so the biggest thing we need to do then is just make sure that we have accessibility to our preschool kid to get devices if needed.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. All right.
Because not all the families have they have devices at home.
Okay.
Mr. Henry, what do your feelings feel about the governor taking away all of the majority of the funding for online learning? Like, how is that going to affect us in what we're planning and things like that,
That's a great question.
Because I haven't really got a chance to look at the agenda, and I was kind of at the beach yesterday, so I really didn't want to log on to his live thing, but
Yeah.
how much resources do we really genuinely have?
Well, the good thing about a lot of the stuff that we use is already just in-house, and it's not like we have to go out there and buy and purchase new program. And so I don't know, but I don't want to say exactly 'cause I don't know the impact. I just saw it,
Yes, sir.
like yesterday too. So it's going to be interesting.
So we just present thoughts and then they say yes, no, no, yes.
Pretty
Like
much. I mean, everything is driven by what we have available in funds. But I mean, based on what I'm seeing, a lot of this stuff not going to be globally something we have to go out and purchase new stuff. So I think we should be okay if we have to close down to be able to convert over to this, distant learning.
What is the benchmark for them to have us say we're moving over to virtual learning? I mean, what numbers does that have to be? And is that like Diane, Miss Steike, Dr. Steike, Miss Bird, is it their decision or is it with the school board? How does that logistically work?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't want to give you information that's wrong. But a lot of those decisions on closure are going to probably have to come from the state level. I think what a lot of the school districts are doing is looking at the three options. I see a lot of school districts doing three options. And maybe the first two options are more negotiated on the local level. But I think anything with school closure probably going to have to end up coming from the state. Did I freeze? Or maybe she froze.
Yeah, it looked like she froze.
Okay. All right. We got any other concern or questions from anybody else? All right. So what I want to do is I jot down some note, and if Mr. Murs, if you can send me some information on that VPK stuff, I wrote down about the program. I know, Brandy, we're gonna send some information about ESC. And then I don't know if you have anything you want to share or add on to it. But if you do, we could go ahead and try to jot down anything else. If not, I think we might got enough information to go back to the bigger group and share with them on next week. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start the meeting. If y'all have any more questions, y'all can email me.